Welcome to Capping Television. My name is Lamshade22 or Snazzy or whatever. I don't know. And with me, I've got the indomitable, the animal himself, Seinfeld.
Good evening, Lamshade22. How are you this fine December evening?
Every minute is a gift, and that is why they call it the present.
That is so true. I can't believe I agree with you so much. Let's talk TF2.
Dude, my favourite.
Doesn't love TF2, to be honest.
I know, right? I think about it all the time, frankly.
Yeah. All right. So we have the ozfortress Premier Division semi-finals. How exciting, right?
Oh, mate, I'm thrilled.
Yeah, it'll be good to see some hopefully close TF2 after last week's fiasco. Let's call it that.
Yeah, I've heard the rumors, the whispers in the wind, and seemed pretty fun.
Worse than you could ever expect. That's an hour of my life I will not get back, and I've sat through Moana 3 times this year.
3. That is.
Well, I don't know, all the turds. At
that's a fate worse than death.
Yeah. Yeah, you can only hear "you're welcome" so many times before you get a bit cuckoo. All right.
What matters is we're into a better one, hopefully, and there's still the rematch coming up. So who knows? There's another opportunity to sit through another couple hours of high grand finals.
Exactly, and I'm so looking forward to that. Start off with let's go talk about the rosters, Snazzy.
Oh, that'd be lovely, man. That would be absolutely juicy.
Yeah, get up the map bands, etc., if they exist on my computational device.
Good luck with your computational device. In the meantime, why don't I I'll talk about Ascension. Hey, I'll do that. I could probably pretend. So Ascension, the monster roster that it is, has Smazza and Fenix on the scouts. That is pocket and flank respectively. Alt and Piplin 12 on the soldiers. That is flank and pocket respectively. In the other order. Cobra on Demo Man and Osakana 373 on the medic. But honestly, fat roster, just fat, just so fat with a PH and a 4. It's one to look out for. I got to be real. I mean, these guys have been playing together for so long that they basically communicate through telepathy, which is excellent. You know, that's horrifying to come up against.
Well, yeah, like Smazza, Cobra especially, and I suppose Fenix to a lesser degree have all played for like however long together, many seasons, and I suppose having that, you know, consistency in rosters and the like really does lead to stronger, I suppose, connections on the battlefield.
Yeah, big time. Why don't you tell me about the other one, the Digging Blokes Family Land?
So we have Zerk and Nerf on combo and flank scout respectively, Mo and Homer on Roma and pocket, and Daz and Gotaki on demon and doctor.
That's another fat roster, actually.
Yeah, these are all players I remember playing with and against in bloody noob pubs like during COVID. So yeah, things change.
The mighty have risen.
Well, yeah, risen or fallen? What do you reckon?
Fallen in some ways and risen in others.
No, I reckon that's a good roster. I'm excited to watch Mobloke hit plenty of air shots as well as feed, as Mo does.
Daz, I've been singing the praises of Daz for a while. I think he is one of the better demo men in the country, if I'm being totally real with you.
Yeah, didn't he go to LAN, or was that someone else? I don't, like, yeah.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Stepo LAN, that's the one I meant.
Did he go to that one?
I'm not even sure.
My brain is empty, bro.
That's alright. But yeah, like, I mean, Daz has been, you know, Top of Prem for a while, and presumes nothing changed back when I last played the game. And, you know, for good reason. He's still a very extremely talented gamer, and
he's a monster.
Yeah, a monster. And simply just probably gonna put the feet on, or upon, rather, for lack of a better word, on Cobra. But, you know, at the same time, it remains to be seen.
Well, yeah. Why don't you had the maps up, didn't you? You could tell me about the maps.
I did indeed. So we have 3 control point maps with the Digger family and choosing ban Product and not Gullywash rather, as well as Sunshine. So we have Process, Snake Water, and Sunshine. Oh, I didn't ban Sunshine. Ban Metalworks. Excuse me, I'm dumb. But yeah, Sunshine. If it is a tie, coming to 1-1, as we can see from the lovely graphic on the screen. What are your thoughts for the map picks?
I mean, they're all pretty standard maps, so I don't have any major thoughts, to be real. I do think it's interesting that TDFL banned Gully right off the bat, because that is a map that sort of like really, really rewards sort of team play. So, you know, trying to get rid of that when you're up against Ascension kind of makes a bit of sense. And I think it also makes sense that Ascension would then ban Viaduct, because that is a map that it's not that it doesn't reward team play, but you can get away with more like sort of stupid shit on that map because of how like DM focused it is.
Exactly. So, what are your predictions for this map?
Ascension all the way, baby. 5-0-5-0.
5-0? Interesting. That's brave. I reckon it'll be 2-4 to the Digger family land. They're all, you know, lords, so I reckon this will be their cup of tea, for lack of a better word.
Alright, well, look, we're going into the first one, I believe, on Sunshine. It seems like the teams are ready to go, so I think we'll be getting into it right quick.
Indeed. Who are you going to be watching first up?
Oh, mate, I've got to get on that Cobra cam. I've got to get on the Cobra cam, I tell you.
I'll counter. I'm going to watch the Daz cam.
Oh, you're a coward, is what you...
Potentially, however...
So yeah, this is I'm so excited for video gaming.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
It's been a long day, actually. It's really hot at the moment. I love summer, but I'm ready for it to winter again.
Same. All right, round 1. I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, we're live. So this is season 44, I believe, ozfortress Spring 2025. We're into the Premier Division. This is the semi-final. We're looking at the TDFL versus Ascension. We're into the first mid here on Process. And Cobra picking up one right off the bat. That soldier getting a little bit too aggressive and just getting minced, man. Night. And the rest of the team's actually trying to flee here. Nerf trying to get away as well. Does end up dying in that sewer area. That's really going to stymie their chances of doing much on second here. Well, there's still 2 down. If Ascension can actually get in here, this could be a real problem. There is a soldier onto their demo man. Cobra going down to one of those soldiers there. That soldier is absolutely going to die for his efforts. But it is just going to be a bit of a reset on mid here as the medic for TDFL comes straight on through that choke. Demo man takes so much damage. Uber gets used. Use the Uber! You gotta pop, guys. You gotta pop. One of the gamers going down there with the full Uber. Very unfortunate. Dude got raptured, as someone said in chat. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, why don't you just use Uber there, to be honest? That was a really smart play from the Digger family land. The bomb from their roaming soldier really worked well to give them space. Obviously picking up Cobra in choke made it much easier, but had no counter to it. Soldiers weren't in position to, you know, counter-aggress, etc. As this play does start, Cobra, very, very low, does die to Norbert the Plug, Big Mo bloke, as this full Uber advantage is up, well, you know, 60%-ish Uber ad, as they use it into last. Point's been played early, but I reckon they're going to be able to have success here. Never mind, they were kind of left point.
Yeah, I think they were a bit too afraid maybe of all the players that were in there, and they sort of neglected the point a little bit, which is unfortunate. So.
Unfortunate indeed. Well played from Mobloke there. Played Roma very effectively as always. As I'm going to be on his pop with this mid fight.
You reckon? Oh, here we go. I'm back on the Cobra cam, man. Cobra looking aggro as ever. That soldier in very, very far. Once again, taking so much damage, but Cobra catching a couple of stickies on the ground does end up going down. That's going to be very, very dangerous for Ascension here as they actually look to start backing out. Soldier onto the med very, very early. Med taking quite a bit of damage. Not enough to make it happen. 2 players down on either side, but with that demo man down on Ascension side, they are absolutely in grim situations as everyone else goes down. Just a mess of a mid, that one.
Grim for Ascension, but their medic survives, so it's probably going to be, you know, slight diss to them, give or take. Nothing they can use, but it was, yeah, better mid fight from the Digger family land right there. Mo had that early aggression onto Cobra, which put him way out of position for the seamless punishment by Daz. As we do see the direct hit coming out. Fascinating. I suppose it's the counter to the engineer, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's about as good as it gets, really. They're definitely trying to get in there and get around that gun somewhat. The demo man there did have a bit of an eyeball on the gun, and we can see they're just shifting it now, trying to, you know, make it a little bit more unpredictable. But with the rest of the team there coming around on that left-hand side, poking through door 1, they have been spotted. Medic is there, so they might actually be able to use through if they do take too much damage. But Soldier comes in, gets absolutely skyboxed by the sentry gun, and goes down very, very quickly.
Poor Chudlet.
Yeah, poor fella.
As Pipeline
12
unsuccessfully pencil jumps into the enemy gamers, as Snazzy does come up on Spy, former Spy main. Believe he's checking for off classes, as Nerf comes up on Sniper. Very smart. I think they know it though, so I think it remains to be seen as to how effective it can, or perhaps will be.
Yeah, they're still poking for this gun, but they haven't really been able to actually get any sort of like usable advantage here. They have still got this med in the lobby. Nerf on that Sniper, trying to peek on through. Dot on the right. Not really anything usable yet. Really peeking for it, trying to pick up something, but does get bullied out. A little bit too much pressure in that lobby area. Soldier coming through door 2 with the direct hit. They really put all in to try to like clear out the defense here, man. Soldier running direct hit is like dangerous for sentry guns.
You can hit your rocket more effective, but you know.
Yeah.
There
we go. Chudlet, once again, going down.
Chudlet dies. What a shame. I actually just love stalemates. Snipers, I reckon his live pass is used by date and he just needs to go take the hero shot. He's hitting nothing.
Get bold with it. Here we go. They actually used it straight on through. They've picked up the sentry. They've picked up the engineer. They picked up Cobra as well. This is actually really, really good for TDFL. Ascension doing everything they can, trying to make something happen here. They picked up a couple of gamers, but it is just Alt and Piplin left alive. 2 soldiers, not really much to play with. Piplin bombing for the point as Alt comes in from the back end as well. Does pick up a couple of players. The med taunting, thinking that it was 1 round when it was not. It's just the demo man trying to get out of here. He picks up the pack in the lobby. He's so low. Chase him. Come on, fellas. Get him.
Talk about embarrassing. Far out. Well, I was gonna criticize Alt for choosing to try and market garden the Sniper, but it turned out in the end to, you know, work, so nothing bad can be said about it. Happy accidents and the like, right?
Oh yeah, you know, you take it where you can get it, frankly. Yeah, dude, what a push. If I'm being
it was a brave push. As we do see Mobile coming in onto Cobra, unfortunately failing to secure the frag as he's kind of left. It's 3-man sash. Maybe they're baiting.
I mean, look, with the timer going right now, with 6 seconds left on the clock, they sort of had to try to make something happen. It's just a question here of if Ascension wants to let it reset to the mid, or if they want to play for the second. They have picked up a couple more gamers here, Nerf going down, and it looks like they're pushing for the second. They're using this Uber ad while they've got it. So they're probably going to be very, very keen getting into mid here. Do you think this is the right play?
I think so. It's, you know, obviously, as Pipeline 12 does die, baiting the sticky, it's probably not worth it now. Daz goes deep. I think that going in there was the right idea, but they really didn't have anything, you know, beyond that Uber ad, which is hard to use, knowing that they're going to be well back, as Uber advantage is now wasted, and they're probably going to have to give up second, given the depths of Cobra and Pipeline. Nothing to really defend, and already getting on the engineer, for better or for worse.
Kind of like just puts them back in the exact same spot that they were in. Hey, like it's not really what you want to see if you're these guys.
You know, back in our day, I think the obviously the 10-minute timer very different to the 3 minutes we have nowadays, but it put less pressure on players, I suppose, in some capacities. But
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm a vocal proponent of a return to the days of yore. Pipeline with a nice big bomb in does end up going down, not able to collect anything with it. A big proponent for the return to the days of yore without any of this, you know, garbage, bloody, oh, you've already won the map because it's hit time limit, but we're going to give them another 17 chances to beat you. Like, I think that's silly, but one thing that I do really, really rate about this new rule set is this lowered timer, because it really does, like, sort of, it cuts down a lot. Like, that situation could have gone on forever.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So it's excellent to see that they then had to force themselves in there or make a decision. Anyway, I just find it dopaminergic, fascinating even.
Yeah, I think that, I don't know, having played with the Banny, I suppose Banny config for the first time this season, it was a bit different seeing the 4-ish minute time. It was all mode pencil jumps in. The Chudlet and the Moped dying to a level 1 sentry. Stacking 3, I suppose, again. Is it worth it? We see sticks on point, but nothing I can really use. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good addition, with the caveat that there is always that low percentage, chance that, me and my team, if we just win the next, 4 rounds in a row, we win. When it's like, when it's 4-1.
I don't know, the counterpoint to I think both of our arguments there is if you lose 4 rounds in a row, you kind of deserve to lose. Exactly, doesn't matter how long it took.
I don't disagree. What aggression.
Anyway, to the game at hand, we can see Ascension back out on their second here. This is a position that they've been fighting to get into for the last 15 minutes, it seems. But yeah, look, it's a pretty standard sort of face-off here. We do actually see, like, dude, Daz is so aggro on them over there.
He's kind of just bullying Cobra, I reckon. Cobra's been not obsolete, but he's very much been out Demoman so far. He's given up so much ground for free spam, and it's going to cost you eventually. And I think he's fortunate that Daz didn't really have the or Daz's soldiers did not have the positioning to follow up on that damage. This kind of mentality, I suppose, is almost, saying we're going to lose. Yeah,
it's like visually kind of like apathetic, I suppose.
Yeah. As we say that,
we do see a whole bunch of frags going on.
Yeah, Daz does go down to sticky traps. Maybe Cobra's thinking, more laterally than we otherwise are thinking. Look, we're probably going to see an Uber trade here. Maybe not. As Nerf
I think we will. Zerk, very aggressive.
Holding Ubers for 221 and 247 seconds. Nothing is really gained. Zerk coming in as Cobra finally returns to choke. This stalemate does continue much longer. Even with the config changes, we'll get stalemates aplenty, right?
I mean, look, it's still competitive TF2, and it's still got that competitive TF2 aspect. I must say, I'm going to make the call. That was maybe one of the most boring Uber trades I've ever seen. They just looked at each other for a bit. Nobody died. The post-Uber, no one was in a position to do anything. But here comes a nice big exciting bomb. And he does get shredded, so we're back to it. Another soldier in, med down very, very low. But Ascension looking pretty happy to start pushing forward with that 2-soldier ad now. They're getting into that middle. They're taking it real slow. Real slow. We might see another Uber trade here. Pipeline going down as they try to get in. Med getting very, very forward. Zerk very aggressive. Has picked up one. Will pick up a second. The Uber has been used out of them. Ascension still holding on to theirs. This might be what they need to actually make things happen. Ult down on 9 health. Med on 60. They need to get some health up. They need to get some players, and they can push straight back out here. Full Uber ad.
Interesting trade. I get why they did it, but, you know, essentially sacrificing a point with an Uber charger does nothing to help them grab around. You know, it's 0-1, and they're in no position to lollygag as Homer goes down in lobby.
Yeah, they picked up Homer. They're probably going to pick up Nerf here as well, taking quite a bit of damage into that IT area. Does end up going down. And they really need to get a wriggle on with this Uber if they're going to use it. 70% on TDFL here. Ascension taking it real slow into the mid. If they take it much slower, they're going to be in dire straits. They're very keen now. They're starting to move their players forward. Soldiers here as well. 98%. It's going to be even now. Zerk getting forward once again. Nice big aggressive Uber. They have ended up using on Ascension, and Zerk now gets the Uber. Nice big advantage the way of TDFL here. In this Uber, they have managed to take over that choke, and they've held on to the middle point. It's man, Ascension are playing like cowards, bro.
I was about to say it really is cowardly, like how slow they're playing. And obviously, you know, sometimes it can't be helped, but you know, speed's the name of the game, and they're playing so lethargically that no advantage seems to be big enough to use. As Homer stacks in. Fade away as Moblek jumps from Al-Qaeda right onto the medic, passing away as ult trades as well, Nerf escaping, and much of the same remaining as Daz. His aggression, once again, almost paying off, sacking and dying.
Nerf is in there though, and there's really no one with the med, it's just Cobra. Both scouts there chasing for the med. They have managed to pick up. Nerf now taking a duel with Smazza, does get the kill there. It's really got to worry about FedEx here. There you go. Night, Nerf. And Ascension finally able to grind on forward into the middle, and with a massive full Uber to play with. Maybe we're talking too much garbage. Maybe they're just playing it safe.
Maybe. Well, you know, you're not probably incorrect. It was better because, you know, they didn't have to bait. You know, they got trades in their favour. Daz going down, but all their key players, both Scouts, Cobra, and Osakana, all surviving relatively easily. Gave them, what's essentially a full ad. As we see a door one push once again. Last time it was kind of crap. Zerk's gun goes down. It was on point. Sticks are gone. As just chose not to walk forward. I don't know. I feel like let's shoot yourself in the foot a little bit there. Why?
I think they were relying on the sticks to prevent the immediate cap, and the sticks just weren't in the right spot to manage that, sadly.
Yeah. Well,
very wild.
I believe Smazza shot some of them as well, which, makes sense. As I'm on the Cobra cam this mid, hopefully it doesn't go down nice and early, as Moblek does hit a fast bomb, taking his own pack, essentially denying the health for Daz to play around, which I don't think is necessarily the best idea, but we do see lots of, neutral gamers, they say in fighting games here, as Moblek unfortunately passes away from his own rockets. As Cobra gets low, but there's nothing that TDFL can, use to their advantage.
Another frag there, ult going down, falling to his death after taking quite a bit of damage in the air. Daz still playing on the point, quite low. Cobra as well, quite low. And Ascension, I think they're backing out here because they know they are 2 down and now losing Cobra. They absolutely need to get out here. They can't even defend 2. They need to just keep fleeing. They're straight into last again. Man, they've been on the back foot all game. Hey?
They have been. One thing, I think the main difference so far has been Gotaki on med. His arrows, especially onto Dad when he's been very low in situations where he should die, has saved him more often than I can probably count at the moment in my lethargic state. As we do see the aggressive play coming in, the bitchless, skinny, fat Chudlet does go down once again to Old Humbo, trying to get the gun. As Mobloke does force it, very good jump from door 1 there. Everyone looking down their trousers, I suppose, thinking, you know, what am I doing after this, rather than looking towards all 5 doors, as this full advantage should hopefully be used very quickly by TDFL.
Yeah, I mean, look, TDFL, they're definitely, like, this is my sage advice for all viewers. You should always try to be proactive rather than reactive, and this is in all aspects, but especially in TF2. TDFL have been very proactive in making things happen all through this game, as they come in with yet another Uber. Here we go, they're quite aggressive, they picked up the sentry gun, they're holding players in that top corner area. There's really nothing that they can do at the moment, but there isn't a lot of ground gained by TDFL. They have actually gone down quite low on a few of their players as well, and they're looking like they want to play this a little safer, maybe start getting out as they leave into that lobby area. Very nicely done, actually, on their part, getting out here, managing not to lose their entire team. They really should have wiped there. That was kind of crazy. But anyway, what I was getting at, they've been very proactive. They've been making things happen. Whereas Ascension, even though, you know, I would argue it's probably a better team on paper, I don't know, they've been entirely reactive. They haven't really been pushing anything, trying to make things happen. And this is where it's got them, you know?
Yeah, did you see Osakana 737 forced once again by Mobloke? You know, obviously forces don't show up on the stats, but he's playing a good roamer game, as you see the counter aggression. Cobra does die, as they trade Demoman, but Ascension are retreating. Zerk and Nerf leaving their medic alone, as Zerk does die. This Uberad probably not going to be used, I reckon, just because they keep on losing players. The over-aggression from Zerk and Nerf really, I don't know, stranded them, almost, I suppose, as this flank trade amounts to nothing, as every flank trade ends up doing.
That's it. But look, I think if they're conscious of their Uberad here, they've got Zerk with them. If they get aggressive once again, if they get, again, proactively aggressive, I think they're in a spot to turn this into an easy second. They look like they're gearing up for it, but they're taking it real slow, so they might just be playing it as if it's even through that Al-Qaeda area. Soldier through choke, trying to take a bit of attention. Both soldiers bombing in. Yachty going down. And that is going to be all she wrote for that one. But Piplin gets in. Nice big rocket on the med. Not quite enough to make it happen. Gotaki managing to surf that one clean away. It's a pity they didn't have any follow-up. Yeah, if they had someone in choke, Gotaki would have been dead.
Yeah, as they're playing 4 men in Sewer, Daz just in choke alone. Spamming more effectively than Cobra is, given positioning, as Mobloke once again passes away to scouts. The fate worse than death, I think, for every roamer. We all know, I'm sure. Even Ubers, with nothing really happening. Pipeline
gets the force.
Very good force, as Daz goes deep. Probably going to counter this, maybe. There's very high sensitivity, throwing pipes everywhere, as the counter Uber has come out. Probably not get anything except maybe mid from it. Obviously having no demo man makes it very difficult to hold, but I think the safeness of Ascension at the moment may make it hard to push in. Can I just trade damage?
Ascension is still playing very safe, but they do have all 6, and the demo's still down.
They're finally retreating now. In no position really to fight. Obviously they do have the Uber advantage. However, yeah, Uber advantage is even. It's just another mid fight. I think they're finally going to give up mid. Yeah, probably for the best. I feel like if they stayed any longer, they're going to be, you know, hung out to dry with the soldiers jumping at them, Demoman sticking everywhere, etc.
Starting to get onto the front foot here. They're starting to put a bit of weight in and, like, sort of, you know, roll the shoulders around, get them loose. Nerf going down. Piplin 12 in there. trading for that one. Fennec still in the back line as well, wrapping around through door 1 from the looks of things, but they are looking back. They're a little worried about it. Med taking a bit of damage. Force comes out. Gotaki using. It's a bit of a trade on the second point there, with Fennec rolling in from door 2. Bit of a misplay, sadly. They could have really caught everyone out there, but that's fine. They're managing to collect second. It is still even Ubers. They're kind of looking pretty good here.
I feel like if he just stayed there, bloody, he should have. Probably would have gotten a 3K. Was he more concerned about his KDA? Who knows? It was a good trade. Again, good force from Pipeline as we see Nerf on the sniper from the back of lobby, taking out Oltombo, CappingTV representative.
Pipeline going down as well, taking a bit too much damage as he aggressed there. So that's going to really cause some problems, especially with Daz wrapping around through that upper area into IT. There's so much damage coming out. They actually have to flee just based on the spam here. Having no soldiers, I mean, TDFL have really, really used that to their advantage. Again, with this proactive play, they saw any opportunity, they just immediately pounce on it. And with that coordinated spam, they really made things happen. Piplin in with a nice big bomb. Cobra actually coming through choke as well. Left high and dry, absolutely going to die. Yeah, you're losing mid again, guys. You should get out now. You shouldn't even bother.
Yeah, I don't know why Cobra went in there. I don't know why Pipe Ult went in as well there. Like, they're gonna
Uber does get used. It is a fat solo, but they haven't managed to get the force out yet. They have managed to pick up one of the players. Nerf's on the med, so's the soldier. They're both gonna die for it. But Gotaki still with full Uber here. They're going to be sacking everything they can in. Cobra in, gets a bit of a pipe off. Here comes Ult onto the med. Does quite a bit of damage. Not quite enough to make it happen. They've got a bit more aggression coming in. There's still so many players there. Cobra still very keen. Manages to pick up the demo man. Daz going down. Fennec's now here. If he can get away with a little bit of a sneaky play, they might just manage something here. The med playing on the point. Takes a shot. Takes a second. And the force comes out. Well done, Ascension. I mean, you're making the best of a bad situation there, but you did a good job of it.
I think the slow drip free-to players probably doesn't help them in the long term. As there is 1 minute left on the timer. I suppose the 30-minute golden cap will... I had to play with that once a season. Fuck off.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very long golden cap situation. Yeah. Who knows though? 40 seconds is a long time to play with here, and if bloody, what do you call them, TDFL, if they want to play this correctly, I mean, what you do is you wait until there's about 10 seconds left on the clock, you push in and you cap as the timer finishes. That's a free game right there.
You make the opposition gamers crap their pants.
You think in their lycra, these fellas, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Like a cyclist. Driving near a truck.
Look, it seems like they're willing to get amongst it. They're coming through that lobby area, but with 5 seconds left on the clock. 4, 3, and we're into the overtime now. It only takes one final last cap to win this one. They did lose one of their soldiers as they were trying to make it happen, so they have backed out. They're playing it safe. They're going to keep Ascension locked into last.
Or for worse. It's a tough one. I think this essentially the golden cap round. I mean, you've played golden caps, I've played golden caps, and it's just a pain in the ass because you know the moment you make a mistake.
And speaking of mistakes, that was a mistake right there. Opening the door and getting your medic murdered. Full drop out of Gotaki. A nice big body shot out of Ult. She's going to give Ascension some ability push out here. They do need to worry about Nerf on Sniper shooting from that sewer area. Cobra trying to poke his head on out. And with Gotaki already on 30%, I don't know if Ascension's actually going to get out here. They have managed to pick up Yachty. Cobra now very forward. The Uber has been used. They picked up Nerf as well. They'll pick up a third. They're likely going to pick up one more, but they do lose Cobra for it. Daz down quite low, no heals, does end up catching a bow, another one of those excellent bows out of Gotaki. A lot of players here, very, very forward. Daz goes down, it's just Gotaki and one of their scouts. And they are going to flee. So Ascension actually managed to bring that one back around. I was really worried for him for a second there.
There was a clutch sniper shot, and it was really good from Fenix and Snazzy there to secure that frag as they brawled in mid. Even Ubers. If you're Ascension, as we do see Homer jump in, landing on rock and kind of getting spun out, but not really. Pipeline trying to trade, getting nothing, as he probably will pass away to a stray rocket. Sorry, ult, rather. They're going to exit. Daz jumps. Fenix almost goes down in choke. Nothing gained beyond a kill on Smazza, and Cobra dying. Getting dropped by Oshikana at the last second. How very, very sad.
Hey, I wouldn't even call that getting dropped, man. Like, Cobra and pretty much everyone on that team should have been so far out of mid after ult died there. Like, we've seen this story play out a few times, but they play it choke a little bit too aggressive as they're trying to flee. And I understand why you would do it. You sort of don't want to get chased too hard. You want to lock out that choke a little bit. But they just seem to be just on the wrong side of that seesaw, and they end up getting crushed as the Uber does come out. Both teams on this last point. This could be the end of it. It's looking a lot better for Ascension than it is for TDFL. TDFL now losing 3 players, and I think that's going to be the end of their push. Ascension trying to get out there, trying to make something happen. They've got a bit of time on the point, but they haven't actually gotten too aggressive onto the med here, so it's really not going to give them the sort of like turnaround that they need. But they still got 2 players down. They might be able to push this.
I think they just didn't protect Daz there for you charge. If he lived, they'd probably win that post pretty comfortably, but you know, no one really focusing down the heavy made it so difficult to play into, as they're probably going to take mid here, but you know, what can they really gain from it? As they do have like a, you know, essentially even Uber situation. TDFL electing to leave the point.
Yeah, TDFL, they seem to be doing a really good job of knowing when they have an advantage that's pushable. Because like in that situation, yeah, they probably could afford it, and yeah, they might have even won it, but it wasn't even like vaguely likely, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think they did a good job getting out of that one and just playing it safe. They really did a good job there.
I feel like it was playing for hope versus, you know, playing for the win.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can try that, but Corn Cat's not the way you do it, right?
Here's maybe a way that you can make it happen. Ult up on that sniper, does whiff the first shot out of that sewer area, has been spotted now. Surprise is gone. Soldier up nice and close to Yachty, very, very close to sewer there. As Daz plays super aggressive and choke, does take quite a bit of damage, not enough to make it happen. Ult still going for these shots. Still going for these shots. Still going for these shots. Come on, man, you gotta try a different angle at some point, brother.
Stop just trying to body shot. Like, it's not CS. It doesn't one hit anyone, mate.
Piplin 12.
That
is an excellent, excellent job. There is a soldier in the back line that they need to worry about, but that is the entry that they need, although they still have ult up on sniper, so they probably have to play it a little safe. Zerk and their medic there trying to flee. Does manage to get away, even though ult was trying his absolute best.
We're looking around now from Mobloke.
They need to be cautious about Mobloke here. I mean, they've been surprised more than once, and if the aggression comes out at the same time, like, they seem to get a bit lost in it. So
Mo is in top IT as ult's going for the hero shot, missing it entirely. What a shame, as he does not pass away, leaving this sniper stalemate. Okay, for naught.
I actually really rate that ult's going for some hero shots, but they've lost 2. Piplin and Fenix both going down a little bit too over-aggressive in that lobby area. And I think they're probably going to have to back up here. Like, you're missing so much splash damage. Ult's all the way back. Just get back there with him.
Daz dies. Fenix got whacked there because he was trying to get the sneaky frag onto the very, very low soldier in door 1. Very funny. Ult, mate, it's time to grow a pair and take the hero shot. Nerf goes down. This is going to be continue getting more advantageous for enemy gamers. Oh, once again, missing Daz as he was walking very slowly forward. As Pipeline gets the gun and Zerk. It's going to be really difficult, I think, to hold as Mazza starts to play point.
Piplin in gets the force.
And Uber has
very
come out.
nice.
As the counter Uber comes out now too. Osakana, Med will die on point, as no one is playing point for time. I suppose still having the sniper makes it difficult, as everyone's just kind of low. Daz is extraordinarily low, but he's still bullying Cobra, kind of. Cobra does get him down. It's just Zerk and Nerf. A damn man's worst nightmare. Play point! Why don't you play point?
Well, look, I think they made the right play trying to pick up some of the players, but they weren't really focusing players down as aggressively as one would hope. Piplin going in, trying to make it happen. Soldier alone on the point, does end up going down. Very close, though. Yeah, I think they just weren't focusing down quite as effectively as they needed to. They picked up a couple of players, but they sort of, after that, they crumbled a little. They were a little bit disconnected. They got picked off one by one, and that was just the end of it. Into this one, we can see TDFL desperately getting into that middle. They're desperately trying to turn things back around, and Ascension are actually looking pretty good. It's still not the position that they want to be in, as they lose yet another player. Ult going down right at the tail end of that one. They're now stuck on second, and I'm not sure if they can actually defend it. They're staring down the barrel of like 30 disad too. It's a dangerous spot to be in, especially as TDFL start moving through that upper IT area so aggressively. They already know that these guys are backed off. Zerk trying to get in there does end up getting absolutely
Oh my
missed.
god.
That was
too
really
aggressive.
funny.
Just wait for Uber there. You just wait for Uber there. As the Uber has come out from Ascension, Mobloke living on 6 HP, getting chased by Smazza for naught really, as it's going to be a second point trade. Daz dies in choke, potentially a game-losing death, as Mobloke gets the finish off on Cobra there with his pickaxe. I love it. Even Uber's essentially once again. Maybe maybe
with that Uber, they got a little too aggressive, and so Daz was just standing behind them in choke as they faded. So they turned around to try to leave, and Daz is just like, "G'day, what's going on?" So they got absolutely minced. Ascension now very dire straits, having to get out into second, trying to make something happen. Because if they lose another fight here, it's all over.
The positioning now, as one soldier's dead, and Mobloke comes in, fades away, as Zerk tries to duel from the low ground. It makes it very difficult, as Mobloke does die on point. Phoenix, extremely low, but living through it all. This Badlands middle scout duel ending with no winner, as always.
Yeah, look, if you're playing Badlands middle scout duel, yeah, you're not a winner.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. Even Ubers now, or, you know, essentially even. What do you do here is Ascension, do you reckon?
I think, honestly, like, I mean, I've been very critical of their play. I've got to be totally real. But I think they're actually making the correct plays here. I think playing it safe, trying to consolidate before you go for every fight is a good way of doing things. There is a soldier in here, they pick them up. There's another soldier in, they do get forced. Absolutely tragic, and they did lose people in at the same time, I think, going for a bit of a sack. Oh, but he actually got the force as well.
Forced.
Okay.
Yeah.
My god. I didn't even see that happen in the backside.
They traded Ubers and players.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Oh.
But yeah, I do think they're, as much as I find it frustrating to watch and all that, I think it's the correct play. They're really doing a good job of just like, even if they do lose fights, they're not catastrophic losses. And even when they do win fights, you know, they're just getting a little bit, they're not overdoing it and getting crushed. I think they're doing a pretty good job of it.
I agree.
Yeah, what that means for the future is, I don't know, whip it out or something, like, you got a minute.
Could you foresee Ascension electing just not to push and just having it essentially be a full reset? Yeah, I reckon they could benefit from that, as Daz is so deep. The Uber has come out from TDFL through IT as they're just backing up. In the way the point, Cobra does die.
Is so good.
Daz gets the bottle kill as well. Oh my goodness.
God.
Daz does pass away, as they're going to give up point for this. You know, both scouts sitting up there in their ivory tower, running away now, fleeing like the cowards that they are.
Oh yeah, big old frag out of Sakana.
Love that. Yeah, I
Good.
love that.
Okay, this is actually pretty good.
Push.
They've reset the timer. They've got big Uberad. They can actually start pushing into mid with all their players here now. If they can just get in there without getting shredded. And here's Daz doing his best to shred them.
Either one, as Cobra does pass away to Homer's jump through choke.
Yeah, it was a pretty good jump through choke actually. Very heads up being able to get away with that one without dying. And with Cobra down here, Daz now doing his usual bullying.
Nerf is on sniper. It's the benefit of playing with Daz, knowing you have Derryman. We'll be playing forward. We'll be playing aggressively. As so much spam's coming on, Nerf with this cheeky angle from choke, trying to get Phoenix, misses him. You know there's a sniper now, and I feel like as the Uber does come out, sniper's been effective once again. Lots of choking on Lucky here. Oh my goodness, what a beef, what a beef.
The Cobra and Piplin making up for it one moment at a time. Very well done. They picked up everyone. They just got to block this medic in. Medic does get blocked in. Does end up smacking the old explode button. And we'll see where it goes from here. They've got nice big ad. They've actually got 3 player ad at the moment as well, based off the back of a single spawn just at the last moment there. So they can push straight on into second. They've now got Uber ad. They can get into
That's made that sticky so long.
The sticky's not stop. The other soldier ult shot the stickies, or maybe it was Cobra, and they bounced up onto Piplin.
My goodness. Do you think Nerf going sniper consistently as their go-to sniper has been detrimental to TDFL success here? I feel like Process is the sniper map as the gun does go down.
Gun down, Uber in the last, no players picked up. It's so bad, dude. Ascension doing something, but it's not really exactly what they want. There's still a heavy up, Nerf on heavy. Cobra does end up going down in that top area. Piplin on the spy does manage to pick up Zerk, not able to pick up very, very much else. Gotaki now with full Uber ad, ult doing his best to get away. They're just grinding at choke. That was one of the biggest clubbed pushes I think I've ever seen. They didn't really check out the last much before they went in.
They should have just waited for the spy. Like, as simple as that. Yeah. You know, take like an extra 5 seconds. Who knows? They may have secured a frag beyond Zerk or whoever it was. Oh, sad. Simple as that.
Look, it's a bit of a grim thing to see, but we'll continue along with this this nice long golden cap. Daz going down, that might actually give them the entry that they need to sort of push back in and take second here. They are looking like they're going to be able to retain the second point, but they're not going too aggressive while Daz is dead. I think that's a reasonable play. I think it's probably correct, but oh, dude, I lied, actually. They're so keen. They're already keen on door 4. They're very, very keen. Piplin's in there. Does end up going down to a bit of a wall shot. And now they've lost Piplin and Phoenix, and it's going to be back to another second fight. Alt taking quite a bit of damage. Daz poking his head down through that lower area. Soldier coming through now, quite a bit of damage. Nerf going down. Med taking so much damage, very, very low, having to hide in the choke. Osakana, Cobra, you gotta flee, bro. You gotta flee.
It's kind of retreating, kind of fucking there, but the Uber is going to pick out from IT there. Yeah, Uber just come out. Smazza does secure the frag onto Homer, but not much else. And far too aggressive Uber for little value. They're going to take point back, but at what cost? You know, playing 5 or 3 players on point will be fine. The fadeaway bomb from Piplin does naught, but damages himself. As Cobra will get punished and blued a little bit, but they're going to get crushed here. Cobra's aggression coming out well as 4K comes out.
This is it.
I reckon this is it. Unless Homer comes in for a huge bomb. It's Homer, but yeah.
Is it Homer? Oh god, sorry.
Yeah. Even worse.
Yeah. This is it. Very well done.
Excellent gaming.
Beautiful gaming, even. I see. Like I was talking all this garbage about being very reactive, but maybe proving me wrong. Maybe reactive was the play here all along. They took the time and they really managed to grind that one back up. Just every little play sort of added up to turn into something. I mean, they finally had a little advantage there. They picked up that medic. They were able to just crush everyone on second, and that's crushing everyone on second is like the singular best spot to crush everyone as well. So kind of really worked out for him.
I was critical of Cobra at the start, and I think probably rightfully so, unfortunately. But he really pulled into his own at the end, especially as we entered into that golden cap period. He was kind of able to counter Daz's aggression very, very well. Which is what you want to see, obviously.
Yeah, big time. But yeah, let's have a quick chat about these logs. Good God, Smazza had a hell of a game. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, he was everywhere. He had one beef dude, but apart from that, he was playing that combo scout role very effectively. He was the opposite of a black hole of heals. 32 frags in the final, nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah,
he had that 73. Whereas other scout Zerk only went 22 and 11. Kind of outclassed, I think. Smazza's stats tell part of the story. I think he was really effective at denying area. Also kind of died 5 times. 2 of those to Daz, 2 of those to Homer, and 1 of those to Nerf. Mobloke rarely was effective getting onto them, and I think that speaks to the effective combo that we saw from Smazza and to a lesser extent Phoenix when required.
Yeah, I think the stats actually kind of show the two teams' play styles. Like Smazza's got a ridiculous AD of 2.91. I think that just is sort of indicative of how much he was just sitting on his medic. Osakana really never didn't have a scout with him, except in situations where the scouts were dead. And as much as TDFL were doing a very similar thing, they were much more aggressive with it. So Nerf or Zerk or whoever would generally be prodding, trying to make things happen. Which, again, I'm a big advocate for, but yeah, it just didn't really work out for him. I think yeah. I think it's an interesting log to look at, knowing what happened in the game, because you can sort of see mathematically the difference that happened there.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised. I feel like the soldiers were both ineffective and effective at the same time. Obviously, Mo went 9 and 30. That's nothing to. So log, I don't think he'll look at once because I think he knows the story. But alternatively, Pipeline, his flank alternative, did much better kill wise and damage wise. It still died more. I suppose that's how high level TF2 is played nowadays. Just use your soldiers to die. Who cares, right?
I think soldiers still have a place in the game, and they can still do some flashy plays. But generally, when you're looking at your team plays there, I think as they've become less important as the meta ever evolves, I think it's sort of reached a point where soldiers are just kind of there to get meaned on. But yeah, look, coming into Snake Water here for another nice long game of Team Fortress.
I enjoy it. What are your predictions?
I don't like this map, but I do think actually Ascension have got this. I'm pretty sure this was their pick as well. From memory. Let me check the bloody. Yeah, it is the Ascension pick.
Yeah.
And the reason I was going to say I think they've probably got this is again because of that team play factor, and playing that more passive style. I think makes sense with what I've been sort of harping about this entire time, where these guys have been playing together for so long as a core group that they communicate through telepathy. They really should, and I think they do, a good job of Using it to their advantage. They're playing maps like this, where it gives them the ability to sort of like, the way you play as a team makes a big, big difference. Especially with this banning config where it can sort of go on forever. And I think this sort of grindy play style will I think it'll be another long map, and I'll be yawning by the end of it even more. But I do think Ascension has it. Sorry, to be totally clear, Ascension has it.
Yeah, I reckon it'll be hard for TDLF. There we go. TDFL, there we go. To kind of counter that. They were playing well at the start, but of our previous map, but I feel like at the same time, it's just hard. Smazza is a really hard scout to play against.
Oh yeah.
And this was thinking like 12 seasons ago, and I'm only going to assume he's improved since then. And
oh yeah,
they want to have a chance. They need to deal with him, and I think that's where the hard part is. Because if he's going to be at 185, give or take, for the majority of the game, it's going to be very difficult to secure those frags.
The next really need 35 minutes, the dude's going to have a full buff. Like, what are you going to do?
Well, yeah. I want to see more from the soldiers, to be honest. I don't know.
I think you got the right map for it. This map, soldiers always surprised me at the very least on this map. I think there's too much verticality and I'm a bit too stupid for it.
It's like Product, I find, where a good soldier can take this map away from the enemy gamers just because, there's so much you can do, positioning wise and hiding wise. I was going to say a different word, but I know that's probably not allowed.
Yeah, pretty violently not allowed, actually.
It's been a while, alright. Alright, what are your predictions? 5-0 again, or?
Honestly, I think I got to be a bit more conservative this time. I think it'll be a pretty low scoreline, but I do think it'll be like 3-2 to Ascension.
I reckon
I do think it'll go long.
Yeah, it's just a hard one, because Snakewater can go either way.
Yeah, I mean, look, it is still a map that rewards just sheer DM, so you're exactly right. It really could go absolutely the way of TDFL, despite all of the garbage I'm talking about. Oh yeah, dude, Ascension, the team play, it's so good, man. I don't want to sleep on TDFL too much. They're also playing together. They're not doing a bad job, and I do think this is a map that does reward good demo men, especially. And Daz is just a menace, just an absolute menace. So I don't know.
Do you have to wonder if Cobra's kind of got his, so I'd say hands around him, not quite like that. I reckon if he's got Daz's, I guess, metaphor I'm trying to think of. If he's got his number, let's say that.
Yeah.
I reckon he can match him. Cobra's no slouch, and
oh yeah,
he might talk like a bit of a doofus, but he can DM pretty well on Doman, and if he's able to punish that forward aggression that we saw so frequently from Daz, it could be game over pretty quickly because
yeah. I mean,
so many arrows that can save, right?
We did see Cobra actually sort of really figuring Daz out over the course of that map, like on the first couple of mids. Yeah, Daz kind of. Pardon me. Daz kind of got away with murder for the first mid, but then Cobra was like, "All right, excellent," and just shredded him 2 mids in a row, I believe. By just being like, "I know where you're going. I know where you're going. There's already stickies there. Like, what do you?" Yeah,
having that
Cobra's a beast.
It's a tough one to pick for those two, just because I think that both of them can punish one another, but I just feel like in combo with Smazza and again Phoenix to a lesser extent, it may be very difficult for Daz to take that positioning as effectively as he was last game. Again, you can get punished super easily on Demo Man on this map by walking slightly forward too early, and it's as simple as that. As we are waiting for Rups.
Very slowly. Classic Rup or Nup, gamers. Come on. Hop into the video game.
All in the server game.
Oh, we can draw things. Oh. Oh no.
I'll refrain my. We've seen some of our art skills recently, and it's
I
only going to
think
get
you
worse.
already know exactly what I'm gonna draw on the screen.
Same, exactly. Mr. Lampshade 22, very like-minded.
Come on, brother. You already know. 24? What is this? Oh! Whoa! I can point at things. Look at this. Alright, I should draw a line. I can do that. And I can do that.
Drawing a
Then I
straight.
can do a little nose and a smile. There you go. There we go. There you go. A little smiley face for everybody.
How inspiring.
What a nightmare. Oh my god. Alright.
Anything else that you want
Do
to
you
touch
reckon?
on?
Do you reckon there's any way that TDFL could surprise us here? Because I think we've sort of we both are of the opinion that they're not necessarily in to win for this one.
I believe that it should be Mobloke or Homer sniping. It should not be nerf. Scout's just too strong. Being down a scout post Uber is so difficult. As we have one already up in the server, so hopefully we might see something similar, or hopefully we'll see I don't know, not sniping from nerf. Simple as that, I reckon. I don't know. I just think that missing a scout is just so hard to play.
Yeah.
Into
Yeah, I mean, missing a
against
scout
mapper.
is difficult, especially in today's day and age. So I can definitely see what you're talking about.
Nerf's a juiced gamer on scout, so like, yeah, I don't know. I think Mo or Home need to step up, as we do finally have ready ups occurring. Hopefully this is another 40-minute map. Take it away, Snazzy, please.
Oh, look, I'll do my absolute darndest. We're into map 2, ladies and gentlemen, for anyone just tuning in. This is TDFL versus Ascension. This is the Premier semi-final. Ascension are one map up, just by the skin of their teeth. And we're into this second one here. It is their pick, Ascension. They are getting forward on this mid. They've got a little bit of aggression, but nothing to really write home about. Big old bomb out of both soldiers on TDFL. And they do end up getting crushed. Oh boy. It's a bit of a messy mid so far. Zerk very, very far forward does end up getting away. People in 12 getting in there. Picks up Nerf. The only medic still alive. Just the one on Ascension. People in 12 getting a bow. Finally able to survive that mid. And Zerk is the only player left alive. It is a mess. It is a mess. It is a mess. But it is a mess that Ascension are proudly the owners of, I think.
That was a very effective mid there. They didn't get baited by the double soldier fake out bomb, and they just kind of walked forward. Cobra did die in the process, but you know, getting that spam right onto Gotaki just made it so easy for them to to play point. As we do see Nerf on the engineer once again sacrificing that scout roll. Which is maybe less important on this map, or this last in particular, but still is important. As you see a gun behind the gas container. Oh no, the shipping crate, never mind. As the Uber has come out through shutter, the gun has been spotted. It is not down yet. It does go down now. As they don't play point.
So much time on point, like immediately with that.
Phoenix just ran to point. Hey, last cap fast. You got to play a point there, as I will be watching Cobra this mid. I will note last mid that Daz comfortably beat him by like 3 or 4 seconds, and he did not do anything with that. He was just charging stickies, kind of with his pins in his hand. Cobra gets in there at the same time. Nothing interesting happening yet. It's kind of trading stickies and damage to a lesser extent. As Cobra does walk forward, that jump denied as once again Gotaki goes down. Trading just for Cobra, who will probably die, and Asakana 434, who will almost certainly die. Nerf chasing, he's kind of low. These arrows.
So many players chasing Osakana here. Zerk down very, very low. Does end up getting the frag.
Far out. That was a very deep chase.
Yeah, man, that was
Zerk will probably
crazy.
die here post, yeah. Zerk does die. Oh, sorry, Nerf does die. Is Zerk is not to chase capping point, as they're gonna probably have like 40 ad, give or take.
Yeah.
I don't think chasing like that is the best idea, but it did work. You know, I was almost sure that Osakana was gonna frag Nerf as they chased. However, you know, he would have predicted that both soldiers would have also been in the hunt for him too.
Yeah, no,
Stalemate once again. They are playing very aggressively here. TDFL. Daz once again taking that really aggressive position as this Julian Saw goes the way of neither side. Nerf getting traded for Phoenix as they are pushed onto point. Once again, that reactive, almost defensive style of play is coming out from Ascension. They know they have one round up, so they can kind of play safe, but you know, there's 21 minutes on the timer. Not like it's, you know, a pub where it just keeps on resetting. As jump comes out, the Uber has been lost, or the Uber advantage rather has been lost, as Daz does get fragged once again from drop down. Pipeline dying for the cause, but again, they can't do anything with the push. Demoman's so important on this last push. Once again, as punished for his over-aggression, you know, you calling it exactly that Cobra and to a lesser extent his full team can just play around it as they're trying to bait Stickies, I guess, knowing that Stickies aren't there. As Uber is coming out from one team, Snazza in the beam as always, as he is finally forced. Holding that Uber well.
Really late counter Uber, man. Yeah, there was nothing that Ascension could do out there.
Yeah, and they all lived for it. Like, I don't know. What's the point of popping there from Gotaki, you know?
I mean, look, it could have gone a lot worse for TDFL, I think. If they had let that Uber, like, run away with them a little bit, it would have been a real problem for them. But because they used as much as it, I think they probably could have gotten away without using. Because they were in sort of zero danger. I don't love the decision personally, but I rate it. It's pretty good.
Bad idea, yeah, I suppose. But again, get nothing for it.
Yeah, pretty much,
As is the nature too.
Yeah, you get nothing for any of this, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget.
Might get a stubby or two.
Yeah, I can guarantee at least one stubby for sure, and a bunch of forever friends.
Oh,
yeah, look, bit of prodding coming in now. We can see TDFL poking through, just trying to make something happen. The gun does end up going down, but they've got players building it back up, and 2 players down now. Piplin and Smaz are getting in there, I believe.
Rocket from Homer there to get Smazza, but not. They trade 3 for 2. I don't know. I feel like if I was Homer, I probably wouldn't have worried about that and just tried to live. As Mobloke is idle in spawn. I thought he had the shotgun equipped. Never mind. Mo is on Spy.
He's checking him out. He knows what he's doing now.
I am on the Mo cam. I love Spy. Anyone who's good at Spy, but not like one of those hashtag losers. You know what I'm talking about. It's okay in my books. As he's going in fast, they're trying to poke, trying to pressure. Better or for worse. Look, I get that the play is to go for the med here, but he might be better just to sap the gun.
Honestly, yeah. Like a coordinated sap is probably a really, really good play here.
Because on cloak,
especially while Piplin's down, Cobra goes down, the big old stab. He's even still alive, so they know they need to be worried. They have managed to pick him up, but the rest of the team's already in while Cobra's down. They've got the time on the point. They didn't even have to use Uber. They did not even have to use Uber. That was excellent.
It's funny. Again, Spy works if you're not stupid with it.
Yeah, I love a bit of Spy, man. Spy's awesome.
That's against me, yeah. I'm on the Cobra cam this mid.
You're on the Cobra cam? Let's see what Daz does against Cobra here. He does get a sticky across, picks up a little bit of damage on ult, but nothing to really write home about. We see
once again, Cobra was slow.
A little bit of Little bit of baited aggression, but Picklin in nice and deep. Zerk going down. The first frag of the mid. We do see Alt going down as well. It's normally been very, very quick from here. Picklin's deep onto Gotaki. Gotaki down very, very low. Picklin's still alive. That's crazy. So many players having to go back here, and everyone is low on the side of TDFL. They're all down in that lower area as well, which is very, very dangerous to be in. There's a lot of splash damage that can come your way. They're still poking. It's both teams with Uber. Man down for the side of TDFL for the moment. Looks like a mid-win for Ascension, but they're keen for more. They're chomping at the bit, mate. They are frothing at the mouth like a wild mutt. One of the soldiers, nice and big.
Excellent rocket from Homer there, as they kind of retreat back into mid.
I think that's a fair play. I think
Mo dies for that, but they've taken positioning in to Saw. No sticks that I can see from my perspective, but maybe they are, or that I'm looking in the wrong spot. As Daz gets spooned. Excellent, we love to see that. As they're going to walk in through windows / lower here, and if I was TDFL, I would be leaving. This
bringing Mo down in this situation. Horrid.
Ooh, gets Gotaki so low, but nothing happens. The Uber does come out for Ascension. They're using it to leave and escape.
Yeah, there was a nice big bomb out of Yachty there, I believe. Maybe it was Mo Bloke. I think it was Mo Bloke. Getting into to just absolutely meme directly onto the medic and get the force. And so now Gotaki pushing forward, full ad. Very, very dangerous if you are Ascension.
Dangerous indeed. Oh my god.
I'm tired, man.
Damn. Long day at the Torture Nexus.
I know, right? A big day at the Fuck My Life factory. TDFL capping the second point. They're looking pretty primed to go straight in, but they have lost a full Uber advantage here. Still playing like they've got a bit of ad. They're very aggro here, and I think that might actually work out for them. They're poking through. They're ready to go. Zerk takes so much damage though. Does end up backing up a little bit, and they know Daz is very, very low on the other side as well. Somehow manages to get away. Absolutely should have died. What the fuck?
Soldier was in position to follow up on it, unfortunately.
That's just crazy, man. Yeah, look, they're looking pretty keen to try to get into last year, but they are playing it a little bit slower, a little bit safer now, and I think that's probably the right play. They do pick up the gun, though, and that might be what they need to get in, unless they lose one of their soldiers, and that'll slow them down, but they're still keen to get in there. They send in with Daz and the medic. There is the counter Uber that's come out. The medic has been trapped, trying to get out through that lower area. Absolutely shredded. See you later, Gotaki. And with the rest of the players on the side of TDFL, a bit low, like genuinely. Most of them are on double-digit health. Demo Man on 15. I think this is possibly a free second for Ascension if they choose to take it. But boy, are they taking it slow. Holy cow.
Daz chose just to like keep fighting there. I don't know if that's necessarily the best idea. Not having a demo man for mid makes this hard to hold, as Homer does escape, but you know, at what cost?
I think it's the cost of being able to fight the mid. Frankly, I think that was the cost of everything that went on there.
Yeah, they have 20% ad, but I don't know if they should get so aggressive with it. It's kind of hard to use it in this situation.
No, I like it. I think they played so safe. They lose Piplin though, but they played so safe that playing aggressive here shows like incredible like ad, and it frightens the other guys. But they do end up getting forced on the second, but they even lose Cobra, getting absolutely shredded trying to get into that lobby area, and they're having to flee now. They're having to use the tail end of that Uber just to get out. They do manage to pick up one more. Here comes the demo man, Gotaki, also dropping. Alt managing to pick that up. If Osaka, dude, what?
Went beast mode, bro. That's crazy.
Mama Bear protecting her cubs, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that shows the difference between the two teams there. Smazza backing himself and Alt just dropping egotistical almost Gotaki, you know, saying, oh, I'm not going to, you know, get forced to this player, as some people say, and dying anyway.
Yeah. But that's a classic me quote, man.
No.
I really like Alt in the chat just saying, yeah, I did get like 8 rockets off. So
I was on the cam. Yeah, well, this is likely going to be another round, I reckon, as we do see them coming and using it through choke, and by choke I mean the door, as Phoenix dies on point, but they have no position to really defend it beyond just getting spam. As Cobra walks the point, dies for it, but...
Dude. How did they flop that?
Pause. Pause, yeah. Talk about it.
Yeah, look, I think they came in, they got a bit of time on point, but they sort of were half focused on point time, half focused on killing players. They were sort of all over the shop. None of them really got in a position that was like advantageous. They didn't have any height. They were mostly on that lower ground. And they let a couple of players sort of like run around like behind them, so they weren't getting focused and stuff like that. So I think as each player sort of like dribble fed onto the point. Yeah, man, that should have been a free round.
Disconnect message, but apparently not. Yeah, I don't know. I think they didn't really have to use Uber there, and especially going through Shutter, like you kind of do have that fear of what's going to happen, right? But I feel like if they went through lower or alternatively through main, it probably would have been a better Uber. They did get the gun early, but the gun was kind of inconsequential again. It's just another target to shoot at, and they didn't clear stickies on point, which, again, you know, got to do 100 things when you push, right? So you're always going to get 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, what are your thoughts on the crappy unusuals? Yeah. What are your thoughts on the crappy unusuals?
Checked out unusuals in quite some time. Oh, that dude's got an unusual gun. Is that Daz? That's Daz. Yeah, right.
Isn't it?
I don't think I've even looked at one of them in game. What else we got going on?
Yeah.
A peace sign. Is that the pipped lid? Huge.
It
Max's head. Respect. That's pouring one out for the homies.
Yeah, same Max games. So just hope this pause doesn't last like forever.
It might. It's entirely possible. Oh, never mind. Here we go.
We do have the unpause now. Right on time. As is resticking point, as we see no off classes. What I'm going to be noting so far, as we do wait for this to kind of go across, is that neither Demo Man has been scoring many points or getting many excessive deliberate frags. As I do lie, is Alt on the sniper as he gets the frag onto Mobloke.
Dude, that's actually really big.
Yeah, Daz is low. Daz dies. All right, this is the first effective sniper play of the game.
Yeah, Nerf sort of trapped in the backline as well, taking so much damage from Phoenix. Does end up losing in that 1v1. The Gotaki has actually used the Uber, and it's so... I'm going to come right out and say it. It's shit. It's dog shit. They had to flee for 90% of their time. There is still that soldier in the lower area that has just been seen. The Uber does get forced. Homer able to make that one happen. They're pretty keen on this second point, though. They picked up quite a few players. Zerk pretty low. Sorry, I lie. Down on the lower ground, and does not end up getting picked off, even though he absolutely should have. That could have almost been a free last, but they're playing it safe once again, and I think that's the right play.
That was a good force by Homer sitting in that corner, but you know, I think he was probably hoping. All right, so we find out why they're paused. I don't know why. I think it was alt being alt. You know what alt's like.
I think just for a laugh, honestly.
Perhaps, yeah. Slight disad, yeah. It's 100 to 95%. So once again, the TDFL has lost the Uber advantage.
Gonna put us in another position where I get to sit here and see what happens. There is a sniper, one of the soldiers swapping off this time. Yeah.
Thank God. And sniper's just so much more important. Oh, sorry, scouts are so much more important.
Sniper is so much more important here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's going to be another cool, calm, collected stalemate, I think. We do see one of the soldiers checking for everyone, Mo Bloke. He's checking all the classes, trying to see what's happening. He's going to be mighty disappointed because he's going to see that it's still entirely cookie cutter on the Ascension side.
Yeah, headshot does come out, but nothing is made of it. As they do trade ult for Moblake as Pifflin gets fragged with a headshot. Why didn't my game ult
bombed in and saw the gun? He got like a single rocket off and was just like fuck.
Why did my Spotify open and then tell me what your application wants to use the camera for your podcast? I listen to podcasts, I'm a loser. As ult does not come up on the off class, but Pifflin does it not either. Do you reckon they need to come up with an off class here? This is, you know, a classic stalemate situation. 8 minutes on the clock. There's a gun right in the middle, as nothing particularly interesting is happening. Ult comes out, high bombs.
Very, very high bombs. Getting the drop. That's insane. Pifflin and Ult get in there. They pick up Daz. They pick up the med. That's crazy. If Ascension can stay on second here, that's like just huge. Just huge. They get these players back up. They're good to go. Watch them flood the push though.
Oh, probably, yeah. I mean,
I don't know how, but I'm sure they can do it.
I have faith.
Alright, how would you push this if you were Ascension?
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
You know, I think I might do scout demo through lower. Get gun early, even just spam it early and go from there. Because you can kind of just like pick around the corner, right? And knowing that, you know, Zerk is playing so close to that gun, the Uber does come out through Shutter once again, ignoring the gun, finally getting it down on point. No stickies are on point, as Phoenix just stands there menacingly as the crits come out. Alright.
I mean, it was a play. I think it was a fine play. Like if they managed to get that crits up just before the Uber and like maybe do the les beam heavy and like shred a couple of players, it was probably a good play. But
the idea was that it wasn't executed well. As you see, Gotaki is still on the Kritzkrieg.
Nice.
Yeah, keep it interesting, I suppose. As Demo Fight once again does not amount to much, as Moblok is sitting in kitchen looking for a snack, getting fragged by Pifflin. Everyone seeing that, you know, 10 minutes before it happened.
Oh yeah, 100%. Didn't even have to look into a crystal ball for that one.
Yeah, Homer goes lower, but yeah, not much is happening. He's going to probably have the cam jump, unfortunately dying, as Zerk is starting to walk forward. Crits have come out.
Oh no! I'm watching these stickies come flying so close, but they're all shit. Nothing happens. They come straight on through kitchen. They collapse on everyone. Daz, the only player left behind in that back end there. I don't even know if they know that he's back there. Surely they do. Yeah, Cobra's called out. Surely. Picking up Gotaki, huge. Daz stuck in the back line, extra huge. If Ult can pick up Daz here, yeah, with an easy direct rocket. Daz now down for this next push as they have Uberad. This could be another round for Ascension.
3 steps behind you as always. So true, Ult, so true. As there's dueling on point, Phoenix dies to Moblok. Not a nice frag to have happen, but I suppose grand scheme of thing, it's things that may not be relevant. I think they're probably gonna wait. Give up this Uberad for the safety of having 5 gamers that can shoot.
Yeah, and I think it makes sense. I mean, I think it was partially intentional, partially just emergent circumstances. But they have gotten a little bit of time on the last point. They have noticed that Gotaki does have the Uber. Ult gets absolutely nittied, and we're going to be into a bit of a stalemate reset after this, unless
oh my god,
Cobra dies. It's really just... Oh, dude. Oh, dude. The pipes out of Daz to just clean up Osakana. Ooh.
That's so funny.
Ooh. That's fucking horrid.
There's a drop after drops happening right now. Ult is sniping from Shutter, and by Shutter I mean his forward spawn. Went for Daz instead of the mid there. Fascinating, easy back spawns. Staying on Sniper, which I don't think he should do, but they know he's on Sniper, so... Thankfully he's starting to swap now after missing all those shots across both maps. Oh my goodness.
Oh boy. Oh,
as there are 3.5 minutes left on the clock, as the Uber does come out lower. They're locked in spawn.
Really good Uber, actually. They're through very, very deep, but they haven't achieved much with it.
He was far too early there. There was no one in position. As Daz bombed so high to get the gun. Does die.
What is going on? Double soldier bomb in late. They do get the force, but... What?
What the hell is going on? As Piplin pulled out the rocket special, they're counter jumping the two counter jumpers, and actually doing nothing. As this is going to be a large advantage to, it's not even a large advantage. Advantage to the family land, as Ult and Piplin die, trying to secure the frag. Fenix dying too, as they're going to see the retreat from Ascension once again.
Yeah, and Cobra's caught out here as well. This might be around here. They've got a little bit of override. They've got a massive player. They've got players on second as the rest of the team goes into last here. 96% Uber. They've got some stickies and time on the point already. There's no one really there that's able to prevent it. And we're back to an even scoreline with 2 minutes left on the clock. Going off the way these rounds have gone, I think we're in for another golden cap situation.
Exciting.
I'm thrilled.
I'm so thrilled. Cobra on his cam once again, emphatically beaten in rollout by Daz, but Daz once again does nothing with it beyond getting a cheeky little sticky onto him. Damage that ultimately is for naught, as he gets quite low. No heals coming yet until just now, where he arrives. Piplin and Ult once again double fast bomb onto Gotaki and get the frag, as Homer comes in late, landing right on Osakana's head, beefing everything and still getting the frag, as Cobra does go down here. Good counterplay there from...
Clean everything up.
Yeah. As Fenix is just hanging around. They don't know he's there. They might be suspecting something, but...
Oh yeah, big time.
Daz knew.
But Fenix is absolutely in a position to... Oh... I was going to say to clean everyone up.
No one expected the third player to come in there.
Yeah, I know, right?
The Chudlings come to mid. Piplin in and decides to leave, making the smart decision as Smazza comes to fight. Peculiar, however, it is working in their favour once again.
Yeah, they're very aggro here, actually. They're quite keen to hang on to this middle. With basically even Ubers, they've managed to secure it. This is kind of wild.
Fascinating. This gaming reminds me of the back and forth we saw on day 4 of the cricket in good old Queensland last week.
Absolutely insufferable. Guys down in that lower area doing some absolute fucking work, dude. What is going on? Osakana ending up having a force on no one for a second there. The Ubers have been traded. They do manage to pick up Daz. It's actually looking really, really good for Ascension here. They've just got to pick up a couple of soldiers. One down now. There's only one left alive, and Nerf as a spawner. They could actually push straight in while there's still players down here. They got both scouts and the medic. This is it. This is their play. We're into the overtime. Dude, why did you fucking push out there, dude?
Oh, God.
Sorry, it's rare that I'm going to lose it like that, but they should have been so deep in there before I even finished talking, bro. What is going on? I can't believe they're making me sit here for another 15 minutes.
Right. Such as life, as they say.
We love to see it. We love to see it. I love Team Fortress. Anyway, look, it's the safe play and it's a good play. They're in now with the Uber. They're in and on the point. They do lose Fenix to the traps as those get jumbled around. They've lost their other scout as well. Daz still alive, being able to trap up the point. The counter Uber has come out. It's only Cobra and Osakana. Osakana fleeing, and it's another flubbed push. Excellent arrow out of Osakana to survive that one. Does manage to pick up as on their way out. That's pretty good.
Nothing ever happens.
Don't make me tap the sign. Alright, we're into another fight here.
Yep.
12, a little bit too aggro, does end up going down. What do you think is going wrong for Ascension here? I mean, obviously the safe play is usually the correct play, but I think they've lost a couple of opportunities that they could have exploited.
I think the main thing is that they keep on going with the shutter push, which like is fine, sure, but you know, once you do it the third, the fourth, the fifth time, it's going to be expected. And, you know, because they have to use through the door instead of, like, kind of baiting a scout or a soldier or whatever, the Uber dies by the time they're ready to engage with the enemy gamers.
What was that Far Cry villain's name? The you know the definition of insanity, hombre, or whatever? Like that guy. I can't remember his name, but just stop doing the same thing over and over again, guys.
Fucking Vast, whatever his name was.
Yeah, whatever his name was. I don't know. It's Far Cry 2? 3? 3.
3.
2 was the one where you could still get malaria or whatever, right?
Correct. And
Look,
no
I'm getting on a bit of a tangent here because we are seeing Piplin in there for a big old bomb. Does end up going down. Alt was looking like he was pretty keen to make something happen on the tail end of that bomb, but does end up backing out of it, and I think rightfully so. Was absolutely just going to get shredded for not really much gain. But nice big bomb. Homer coming through into the backside, taking a bit of attention. See what happens here. Cobra's still very, very aggressive in that sore area. I think it's going to be a little bit of a nothing. I think this is going to be me tapping the sign once again.
Cobra does die, but, you know, it gets traded for it. As they are giving up second despite having this demo man advantage. Still behind, all the way on their last. You know, maybe the game's going to be over by the time he's ready to push. Maybe he's going to try and spawn camp Cobra. Yes, he is. Cobra comes out on the heavy. That's so funny.
Cobra was so prepared, man. Just like, yeah, I'll just spawn heavy, bro.
Oh my god.
Bitch. So fucking funny. But yeah, look, it's going to be an even Uber reset in any case. They have managed to pick up a soldier in the front end, so if they can pick up this one on the back, or even just ignore him, if they can get forward here, they might be able to get in while they're still technically 2 players down. Cobra very keen to make it happen. It looks like that's what they're going to do. Just, like, do it, guys. Fuck me. Jesus. Soldier comes in, does
finally,
pick up Fenix.
Fenix does die. Guns down. Oh, that's a bad word.
Yeah, that is a bad word. I hate these people. Disgusting.
Yeah. Be normal, right? As these Uber situation continues evermore.
Yeah, look, it's never ending. It is absolutely never ending. I'm so excited to see some more of this. But look, there is a sniper, Zerk up on the sniper this time. Big old bomb as well out of
the drop.
And picking up Zerk, picking up Gotaki. 2 down for it, but that is such crucial picks. And slightly worse spawns.
Yeah. Well, Kramer's on the direct shit again. He saw how effective he was previously as he swapped back, thankfully. Yeah, it's dire straits, I reckon. I just think that Ascension does not need to use that Uber charge immediately.
No,
but watching Daz, I see he has stickies above. Oltombo does get killed by the stickies. They have about...
Was that full blind death too, surely?
He'll stand down there. Yeah. Okay. Again, they use Uber so early.
Yeah, they didn't need to do that. Oh my god. They do have quite a bit of ground, but they haven't picked up any of the players yet. They're really not in an excellent position here. Counter Uber looking like it's pretty ready to come out. 97% on Gotaki. He has got the crits now on the heavy. Laser beams coming in. Piplin 12 getting onto the point. Not quite able to make anything happen. And it's yet another flubbed push.
What a surprise. Again, they didn't have to use so early. Like,
yeah,
what's the plan, right?
Check out what you're pushing into, look at what you're dealing with, and then push. Like, you don't have to just use immediately. You can spend a bit of time, see where the gun is, if there is a gun, you know, that sort of thing. Just check it out a little. Yeah, you had all the time in the world to play with there while you were waiting for spawns too. Don't use that quickly, man. Nerf. Big old shot on a Piplin.
Good frag.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
The mission ends in 60 seconds. Thank you, Administrator. They used to choke once again. Phoenix is
through that right-hand side, but this time it's looking a lot better. They picked up both of the soldiers that bombed for the point, and they managed to get the point. And that, ladies and gentlemen, despite all of my trash talk, is that Ascension have won the match. They've won the second map, and that takes them to 2-0 in the best of 3. And they have won the Premier semi-final here. They go straight into the grand final. Oh, into the preliminary final. I lied. That was me misreading things. It'd be cool if they went straight into the grand final, but no. They go into the next set of finals in this lovely bracket system.
Jesus Christ. What I'm seeing so far is that Daz died 16 times. That's all I'm going to have to say, I think. You know, I'll leave it at that. The chances of winning if your demo is dead for, let's say, half the game, give or take.
Yeah, he really... It wasn't the most impressive game I've ever seen out of Daz.
Yeah.
But, you know, you win some, you lose some. It's just kind of how it is.
Unfortunately.
Osakana had a really good game, actually. My god. 4 deaths, only 2,300 damage taken in that entire time. That's a really good med stat, bro.
And they only had 1 drop versus 3 drops.
Yeah, 15 Ubers too. That's a lot. I know that sort of implies that you're forcing a bit more than you need to, but those are juicy stats. I'd be happy with those ones. I wouldn't be, printing them out and sticking them on the fridge, but I'd think about it.
Having sub 100 damage taken per minute's crazy.
Oh yeah, that's fucking excellent. That's really, really good.
No, I suppose that goes to show just how well Cobra and Snazzy did to protect him. Snazzy only dying 8 times. Next lowest was Zerk 7 times, baiting very effectively.
Also, can we just mention Snazzy with a 3.0 KD? Hello?
Yeah, it was, something else. And I want to point out that Homer, helped himself from his previous discrepancies, I suppose. They played very well that game, secured plenty of frags.
Yeah, look, I mean, there's really not much to say about all of these logs, because it's very indicative of the game that we just watched. There was a lot of back and forth, there was a lot of flubbing, but Ascension really did seem to come out on the upper end of most of those fights, even if they were a little bit wonky, and I didn't personally agree with how they were doing it. I think they did a really good job of turning things around in most of those fights to turn them into a win, some sort of positive outcome, whether that was pushing forward or whatever they were doing.
Absolutely, I agree. Oh, it is Yachty, never mind.
Yeah, see, I told you. I told you it was Yachty, bro. I told you.
That is a stupid name like fucking Homer does, mate. Anyways, yeah, Smazza, player of the game, in my opinion, was a extremely effective gamer, and simply put, best in the server, in my opinion, on both maps.
I don't know who I'd pick. Honestly, I'd probably put a bit of money on Osakana. If I was
they
picking...
did play. They did play very well. I do agree with you.
Like just very, very good, consistent med. I do think that the arrows were a bit better out of Gotaki, like you mentioned, but just consistent stuff out of Osakana, really, really good. Anyway, I thought it was a really good one. But you can see we've got the bracket up here, so it's a 1-1 in the other game. So we're yet to see who's going into the other preliminary final there. But at the moment, Ascension they're going to be going ahead to take on Balls to see who's going to get the slot for the grand final there. And the Wives of Gamers and Company are going to be taking on the winner of that other match that's going on. Tomorrow we'll be casting the high grand finals. I'm not sure who's going to be there, but I tell you what, I hope it's a good one.
I better have to wait an hour for the game to be force FF'd by the admins.
Look, it's one of those things, you know, and as much as I think there's better ways of doing things, I think, you know, sometimes it's just the way the cookie crumbles. But in any case, that is tomorrow at I believe 8 p.m. daylight savings time, so 7 p.m. for those of you who live in the real world. And further, there's one other thing I should mention. There's the CPTV Summer Brawl. Buy your tickets. We've got, I think, one team slot left. I'm not sure. But buy your tickets. Come along. We'll cook some sausages. We're going to end a little earlier this year because I forced Mitch into it. And all of the openers at the Viagra Boys show that night are also excellent. So anyone who's got tickets for that can come along both. Hey, we can all go along in one big group. What an excellent journey that would be. I think that's it for the shout things that I have to plug, right? So yeah, as the production just said, shut her up. So night gamers.
Night gamers.
Well done to Ascension. Good luck in your next game there. I'm sorry for talking so much garbage the whole way through this one.
Not much to talk about, mate. It's alright.
Alright, well yeah, thanks for tuning in. Big shout out to the viewers as usual. Blah 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 blah. Love yous all, and I'll catch you in the next one.